Guys, today we're talking teenagers, good old teens, because Piper Sandler is out with their biannual survey about what Gen Z, is looking at and caring about. And apparently Netflix no longer is at the top there, actually falling for the first time behind YouTube, dropping 200 basis points compared to 6 months ago. Now, of course, we're in this fragmented media environment. There's a lot of competition out there. YouTube has also been upping its game when it comes to some of the content plays. And I also thought of the password sharing crackdown, where, if you're a college student, you now have to pay for your own subscription.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're still, using your parents' credit card at the bar, you still, at the end of the day, need your own subscription. So that's what came to mind for me.
To me, it just gets to a way that we've known for a while now, I think, how younger people consume content, and YouTube being a core piece of that. YouTube getting into shorts, being good with that, but also people watch podcasts on YouTube now. People watch comedy skits on YouTube. They watch their favorite creators on YouTube, and that is not something that Netflix really has. I mean, Netflix has gotten into comedy shows certainly more and gotten into things like that, but the streamers don't have that unique edge that YouTube has, which is I'm going to go into the search bar, Google style, type in my favorite person, and just watch a clip of them. And it's going to be super quick hitting. It's going to be 5 minutes, and then they're going to feed me another thing that I want again after. YouTube is much more of a social media than Netflix is, so it's not shocked when you take a look at the stat of streaming being watched. It's the percentage of streaming people watch per day. It doesn't necessarily shock me that YouTube's higher.
Yeah, and the thing is, 2 points, right? So clearly Netflix and YouTube dominating the space for teens, right? Dominating, you said 29%, 28%, a slight sort of win there for YouTube. And I think YouTube is that's where it's at, right? And if you think about how, the Google search type way of sort of modality of watching, I just saw that read up that the advertising was up 4.4% last quarter, and that actually was down the last 3 quarters, which is surprising to me. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm not sure about that, but I'm not surprised that it's rebounded there. But that's where it's at. I think that's where all those ad dollars are going to go from linear TV, because they're not watching linear TV, right? That's not happening.
Well, no, I talk about it a decent amount. I'm on the older end of Gen Z, right? And I experience some of these trends, I think, a little bit differently than some people. And when I was in college, I had never used YouTube on a TV. Used YouTube on a smart TV to just search something and watch. And I found more and more people in the dorm rooms over my years there were doing that. And it was
I do that now.
Yeah, and it was something I had never quite experienced, but I think more young people are doing that. You are with a group of people and you use YouTube as something to watch rather than Netflix is a hard algorithm sometimes for group watching.
Yeah.
And just wanting to watch something, I think YouTube sort of fills a little bit of a void there.
Yeah, I'm a fan of YouTube. I even think just education-wise, I remember in college I would look at YouTube, use it when I was studying accounting, and there's some really great informationals on there,
DIY.
DIY.
Yeah.
So I'm a YouTube girl.
We'll have to see what YouTube can tell us about the Fed's path forward after this.
I'm sure there's explainers on there.